When you take out debt, loans from a bank, whether it's for a car or for a home, you're meant to pay that back. That's why the bank looks at your payslip. That's why your bank looks at your financial statements. In the event that you default, the bank then takes back the house you've bought, or it takes back the car that you've bought, resells it at a profit after taking whatever money you've given to them. In the instance where you don't have a car loan, a home loan, but you owe the bank money, they look for any other assets you may have, home, a car, shares, whatever the case may be, and they attach those and they repossess them and they sell them, leaving you gutted. That's how debt works. Yesterday, South Africa's Treasury and government were approved for a $750 million loan from the World Bank. It's about 11.4 billion rand. This comes after about $4.3 billion were given in July 2020 by the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. Last year in April 2021, we got $1 billion from the New Development Bank, which is part of the BRICS program, or the BRICS organization and collaboration between countries. South Africa is sitting on a lot of debt. And what's happening in this country is that we're not creating anything. We're not farming optimally. We're not manufacturing. Instead, we import from places like China, places like Germany, places like the United States. We've got over 50% unemployment, over 70% youth unemployment. The average worker is earning 3.5, but to be honest, the average family is living on 1,500 rand per month. People are living on grants. We've got 19 million grant recipients in this country. 12 million of our 16 million children are going to no-fee schools because they can't afford anything. Our schooling system is up to shit. So what is our government doing instead? They're taking out loans, debt on debt. The money that's coming in, the $750 million, is going into the financial sector. It's going to create a deposit insurance scheme. The people that are out there in the world are looking after their interests in South Africa because the Johannesburg Stock Exchange is 40% owned by foreigners. Got a lot of foreign businesses in this country, over and above McDonald's, KFC, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, etc. We import. We're a second-hand nation. Those that labor in this country, the 15 million that labor, mostly labor for the benefit of the West and the East. We are a glorified hub for their wealth generation. And our leaders, your leaders, don't care about developing this nation. What they care about is protecting the interests of the people outside. They are glorified caretakers of the orphans that are grant recipients in this country, and the caretakers and the supervisors of the labor force that keeps America, Europe, Asia rich. Something has to give. They're calling this COVID relief, but it's not. It's putting you guys constantly dependent on the state. 350 rand now. Later, they're going to give you universal basic income. We don't know how much that's going to be. So that you depend on them, so that you rely on them because you have no money. You haven't been taught by the schooling system how to grow your own food, how to build your own home, how to manufacture your own weapons. You can't set up your own bank because you need 260 million rand just to get a bank. The system is corrupt. The system is broken. Big pharmaceutical companies have got your presidents, have got your ministers on a leash. They act on their behalf and they're scared of them because the truth of the matter is that these guys are willing to kill. If you look at some of the biggest commodities trading companies in the world, Glencore, Trafigura, Vitol, and a whole host of others. If you look at the big hedge funds and investment funds like BlackRock, like Vanguard, and a whole host of others, these guys have got firepower. It's nothing to them to capture a politician. It's nothing to them to kill people. You are on your own, unfortunately. Your parents, the government, are constantly taking out debt while your family has no jobs, while your family is constantly buying from the neighbors, constantly exploiting you for the benefits of the neighbors because they know they live in nice suburbs. They know they earn nice salaries. It's not about you. A lot of them have got offshore investments. A lot of them have got offshore properties so that if South Africa ever descends into chaos and a civil war and we get looting times 100, they will easily fly out and go be protected by the same people that are taking care of them now and the same people that they serve to make sure that this country is working for them. You are on your own. And until you wake up, until you realize that the schooling system is broken, until you realize that chasing jobs to work for the rest of the world is not it. Until you realize that debt only makes the rich richer, especially outside of this country, nothing's going to change. You need to learn to grow your own food. You need to learn to manufacture. You need to learn to build your own homes. And more importantly, you need to get guns. You need to understand nuclear weapons and find a way to get nuclear weapons. And you need to begin learning propaganda. The media is captured. We saw this with the pandemic. Your government is captured. The people you call leaders are scared. That's why a lot of them, when they're not cracking jokes, sound like they're reading from a script that they themselves don't believe. You can see it on their face. Until you guys wake up, it'll be too late and this country will be gone. Penuel, the Black Pen.